Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Most of us know someone who is either blind or deaf, but do we know anybody who is both blind and deaf? Yeah, me either. I have a little cousin who is deaf and a close family friend who is blind, but how cool would it be to learn about someone who is both blind and deaf? The purpose of my speech is to inform my audience about the first deaf-blind person known to society, Helen Keller. I will tell you a little about her background, tell you how she learned to read and write, and then tell you about her later life. The first thing I want to inform you about is her background. According to the American Foundation for the Blind website, Helen Adams Keller was born to Kate Adams Keller and Colin Arthur Keller on June 27, 1880, in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Her family is not what you would consider rich because her dad was an officer in the Confederate Army and her family had to work the cotton fields in order to gain money. She was not born blind or deaf, and according to biography.com, Helen was actually 19 months old when she lost her sight and hearing to sudden illness. And her mother realized this when she no longer responded to dinner bells or hand waves. The next thing I want to inform you about are the methods of how she learned to read and write. Helen so oftenly said that March 3rd, 1887 is when her life changed. This is the day that she met Anne Sullivan. Anne was 14 years older than Helen, and within a few weeks of her getting there, she got permission to take Helen to a house for them to be alone. Helen quickly became familiar with Anne's teaching methods, and it was said that Anne would sing words into Helen's hand and then write them into her palm. Helen quickly learned the alphabet manually and in Braille, and when she wrote, her letters were often box-shaped but could easily be recognized. The next thing I want to tell you about is her later life. According to AFB.org, Helen was the first deaf-blind person to receive a Bachelor's of Art degree in 1904 from Radcliffe College. Helen and Anne gained Polly Thomas in 1914 as a secretary, and when Anne died in 1936, it was only right that Polly step in and teach Helen. While Helen was a student at Radcliffe College, she began writing, and in 1903, her autobiography, The Story of My Life, was published. Other published work by Helen include, but are not limited to, The World I Live In, My Religion, Let Us Have Faith, and The Open Door. Helen suffered from a stroke in 1960, and from 1961 on, she lived in Orchard Ridge, her home at West Point, Connecticut. She died on June 1st, 1968, a few weeks short of her 88th birthday, and her wishes were for her ashes to be spread at the St. Joseph's Chapel of Washington Cathedral. In conclusion, I shared the first deaf-blind person, Helen Keller. I gave you a little bit about her background, how she learned to read and write, and her later life. I wanted to do this topic because I found this interesting to learn about Helen Keller. After learning more about Helen Keller, my aspects of how I see deaf and blind people have truly changed, and I hope yours will too. Helen Keller once stated, "We are never really happy until we try to brighten the lives of others." I hope all of you gained as much from this speech as I did while researching this topic. Thank you.